Good day to everyone, whatever time zone you happen to be in, and welcome to our SIG HPC education webinar. Today we have Juan Herrera, who's going to talk to us about the ARCHER2 HPC training program. So I'm going to turn it over to him.
Cool. So first of all, thanks for the invitation to deliver a webinar today. I will share my screen. I should use this one. Right here. Yeah, so I think you can see the slides.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks. Title of today's webinar is 3 years of the ARCHER2 training service, retrospective and forward look. I'm Juan Herrera. I work at the EPCC at the University of Edinburgh. There's ARCHER2 partners, UKRI, UK Research and Innovation, that have a Physics Research Council and Natural Environment Research Council, EPCC, University of Edinburgh, and HPE. So this is what I plan to cover today. First, a small introduction about EPCC and the training. Also, what is ARCHER2, and then I will talk more about the ARCHER2 training program, focusing on the design, delivery, and some stats. Again, I'll finish with a short summary. So, EPCC and training. Vast experience. EPCC has a vast experience in training. Almost half of staff is involving some capacity in training, and also the vast experience having training for national HPC services. The previous program that was the previous service that was ARCHER. There were 72 days of training per year that made a total of 450 days and around 200 courses. Also, we were a praise training center for 10 years, from 2012 until last year. We normally deliver tutorials and workshops in supercomputing and the ISC. We have a MOOC, a supercomputing MOOC on FutureLearn that have been completed by 1,000 people, and now we are working on have it in another format available to everyone. There are also some courses in 12 international HPC summer schools in Europe, US, Canada, and OpenMP training in the HPC Autumn Academies in Cambridge since 2011. And also we participate in HPC outreach activities in UK science festivals like Big Bang Fair. Also, we attend the museums, schools, so we are busy in that aspect. Regarding our academic involvement, we have 3 MSc programs, an MSc in HPC, that is could be in person or online, MSc in HPC with data science, same, we have both formats, and also we have an online data science technology and innovation program. That this is several universities are involved in that program. Yeah, the result is that 500 postgraduates were trained in RSC skills. Some past publications, one from several authors, so Veronica towards an HPC certification program, and a previous one of Claire and David, novel approaches to HPC user engagement. Okay, so this is like the involvement of what EPCC is, the role that plays on training. Now we'll introduce a little brief of what is ARCHER2. ARCHER2 is the UK's national supercomputing service, and also is the name of the machine. The machine is a HPA Cray EX supercomputer. It's almost 5,000 compute nodes that makes a total of 750,000 cores. And each compute node have 128 cores and could be 256 or 512 gigabytes. And well, the interconnection is slingshot. About the storage, we have 1 petabyte of home directory. For work, we have 3 last file systems at 3.6 petabytes each. And also we have a solid state storage of 1 petabyte. So I was talking about the ARCHER2 service. We have the supercomputer, but also we offer the service. That the service, there are several parts. One is training. That is what I will talk during the rest of the presentation. We have another one that is user support. That user support is handled by EPCC and also HPE. Also, we have some funding opportunities that some people from RSCs can be hired in order for porting code to ARCHER2 or other some new features. And last but not least, also we are involved in outreach and engagement with what I mentioned before. That normally we sometimes we go to museums, schools, we go to some science festivals in order to explain what HPC is. Well, if you wonder, the picture is in the building that we work now. This base center, and this have like this fancy stairs. Okay, yeah, and focusing more on ARCHER2 training. Training is a function inside the computational science and engineering service. We aim to offer a rich, diverse program of training that is responsive to users' evolving needs. The target is we deliver a minimum of 60 days of training per year around the UK. We have both online and face-to-face courses. And this training activity is underpinned by our ISO 9001 quality management system. Okay, so let's talk about ARCHER2 training. First, let's start with the design. We have, based on in our experience with the ARCHER service, we identify the 3 different types of user. The first one is, we call it the researcher or package users, that normally they use software that is already pre-installed on the machine or could be installed. But the idea is that they don't develop the software, they are users of that software. We have another group that are RSC or developers that they develop the software. Yeah, they may use, normally they use or provide this software for other users. And the last group is data scientists that they use the machine to they use the tools that are available on the machine to do some research on the data, machine learning, deep learning, etc. And we having these 3 groups. Also, we have identified several. I think they are called personas. Could be. So we have like for instance for researchers. Let me see. We have 3 groups. So we have people, novice package user without the HPC experience, experienced package user with HPC experience, an experienced package user. Could be without or with HPC experience. And depending on that, there are some courses in yellow, orange, that are the carpentries. Could be HPC carpentry, data carpentry, or software carpentry. And also we have some gateway courses that we call that are to learn how to use the ARCHER2, that are package use on ARCHER2, data science on ARCHER2, or development on ARCHER2. And then we have some intermediate and advanced courses and work with tutorials. Later I will show this diagram, like a complete one with for more courses. For each of these 7 profiles or personas, we have a course path published here in this URL. This is an example of I took experienced developer with HPC expertise, and this will be the path that we recommend, or the path that they could take. That the first course will be a gateway course that will be development on ARCHER2. Then we have shared memory programming with OpenMP, MPI, C++, and then this in red are these advanced courses that could be efficient parallel I/O, advanced MPI, or performance optimization. Also, we have there the description of the like the profile, the persona. Yeah, we have in that URL, we have the other 6. This is just an example of it. Also, we have different course levels. So we have 3, basically. Well, I mentioned before, like the gateway course that are how to learn how to use ARCHER2. But these are parts of, let's say, the introductory courses. Then we have intermediate courses that just have some knowledge on a programming language, could be C, Fortran, or also some knowledge of HPC, and advanced courses that you should have more knowledge about HPC or programming languages. So as I said, our training program, rather than okay, the first year we design a training program, we have a program that was delivered that year, but normally this program is updated every year with the feedback from we get the feedback from 3 different sources. The first one is well, the list is the third, but well, first let's start the other way around. Users. Normally we have at the end of each course we run a questionnaire, and one of the questions is which courses are you interested in joining in the future. So we take into account these answers. Then we have the ARCHER2 user training forum, that this is like once a year around the end of February, beginning of March. And this is, we have a representation for our research consortia in the UK. And for instance, this year we opened that user training forum, that this is an hour meeting. We open to our ARCHER2 users. And normally what we discuss is the draft of the upcoming training program, and we are open for suggestions. I remember the first user training forum, we have the suggestion of including Fortran, because in the first year, the first draft, we didn't have a Fortran course because we thought that, yeah, maybe it's not that relevant, but we found that, yeah, Fortran is still like strong, and we had a course, and actually that course was very popular. And this is a course that now we run every year, and we get quite a lot of interest in that course. For instance, this year we had the feedback that they want to learn more about how to install applications or how to compile applications using Make, CMake, etc. So we are designing a series of webinars to cover that. So normally we get good suggestions in order to make the training program more complete. And once that we have, normally we get, when we design the training program, we may add courses or remove courses based on the feedback from the users, based on the feedback for the user training forum. And once that we have the candidate program, we discuss that in the ARCHER2 training panel. The ARCHER2 training panel is composed of 6 HPC training experts that come from the UK and other parts of the world, like Sweden, US, and Australia. And this program is presented and is approved. Normally, we take into account like the course topics, like the course topics, levels, also the balance of these different delivery routes. And I'm talking about the training program, but what we offer is online and face-to-face courses. Also, we have a set of virtual tutorials. We have also some self-service courses and the ARCHER2 driving test. I'll go through all of these points. So regarding courses, we have the Carpentries courses that we have a software carpentry, data carpentry, and some Carpentries based courses that could be HPC carpentry, and also the ARCHER2 specific courses are based in that Carpentries format. These ARCHER2 specific courses are for these 3 different groups that I mentioned before. One for package users, that is 1 day, that we explain the basics of ARCHER2 and how to submit jobs, load the modules, etc. Development is we explain how to compile software. Also, we offer some materials on debugging and profiling. And those, we have a data science on ARCHER2 course that this is 1 day that this is more focusing on the tools available for data scientists that are Pandas, Python. We also have a package-specific courses aimed for the first group, for package users, that we have covered so far LAMPS, Code Saturn, Unified Models, CP2K, GrowMax, XCompact 3D, and we monitor this number of courses and we try to add more to the catalog and see, in order to have like a complete set of or to cover most of the packages that are available on ARCHER2. Regarding intermediate and advanced courses, the intermediate courses, we have containers. This is a course that is pretty popular. We have MPI, OpenMP, Fortran, C++. And regarding advanced courses, we have efficient use of the HPAX system, ARCHER2, that this is delivered by the HPE Cray Center of Excellence. We have a performance analysis workshop and performance optimization on AMD PEAK. This is the diagram, but with all of the courses included. You see that in the green are introductory, yellow are intermediate, and advanced are the red color. What I said before about these gateway courses are these blue ones. Regarding virtual tutorials, normally these are scheduled at Wednesdays at 3 p.m. And these are normally are related to HPC, are similar to this, the one that we are having now. It could be like half an hour. They cover different topics. I think the last one was about Rust, and could be about could be some of them more science focus, other more HPC focus. This is like a, let's say, open. There are like a wider range of topics. All of them are recorded and are available in that ARCHER2 YouTube channel. And the upcoming virtual tutorials, can be found in the ARCHER2 training page. But well, if you search in a search engine ARCHER2 training, you may find it. A part of the 60 days of online and face-to-face training, we offer self-service courses that are similar, not to say the same, like MOOC. These courses, when you join the course, you receive an email with the link with the course material, and also you receive a link with the We Use Mattermost to keep in touch with the students. They can ask questions there, and the instructors will be available to help out. The courses that we have available now are OpenMP, MPI, and GrowMax with the CP2K. This year we plan to add more courses to the catalog. The ARCHER2 specific courses that are still a work in progress. And the ARCHER2 driving test. This is if you have done one of these ARCHER2 specific courses, you may do a test. That this is a multiple choice test based on the online training material. And if you pass the test, you can get access to ARCHER2 for things for a year. You get a small amount of resources. You can play with the ARCHER2, execute some jobs. There are different versions for package users, so for developers, and we are working on adding one for data scientists. And the idea is to give access to ARCHER2, to make easier access to ARCHER2 for people who want to play with that machine and find if this is useful or not for their research. Okay, so this is, I talk little bit about the design of the program. Now I will focus a little bit about the delivery. Regarding the delivery mechanisms and tools, we have all course materials are available on GitHub and are public to can be used for by everyone, or they have a Creative Commons license. We use a collaborative document on Etherpad for all courses in case that we needed to share some scripts or some notes. When the course is online, we record the session and we publish on YouTube when the course finishes. And the platform that we use is Blackboard Collaborate. That is a software provided by the University of Edinburgh, and well, our quite, let's say, target for course delivery. They have a breakout rooms, a chat, recordings. I'm using that. I have used that platform several times for Carpentries courses and other courses. I'm happy with that. And also regarding the number of attendees, we have with more than 100 attendees, and the platform went well, didn't fail. So some details before and during the course. So what we have identified mainly when we deliver the course online, that let's say having a 8-hour course one day non-stop is quite too much. We have found that normally for online courses you need some breaks, or you need to make the courses shorter. So for instance, for the Carpentries courses that they cover 4 topics, one approach was deliver 4 half days rather than full 2 days, either the mornings or the afternoons. We have done the same also with the C++ course. Also, one-day courses we can do deliver in 2 days as well, like one afternoon and one morning. And or 2-day courses rather than deliver the course, let's say Tuesday, Wednesday, could be 2 Tuesdays or Tuesday and Thursday, leaving a day between. So rather than delivering the whole chunk all at the same time, we have a play with these approaches, and they went well. Also for feedback, in order to get more feedback, we scheduled that like 15 minutes the last day of the course to gather more feedback from the students. We offer ARCHER2 before the courses for setup, or normally because they need to set up an SSH key or get password, etc. So normally we send the instructions a week before the course, and also we send them once the registration is done, the course material and the calendar invitation. Because if are different time zones, it's better to have a calendar invitation because you have it in your calendar. And yeah, there is like a less room for confusion. After the course, also we send an email with the feedback form, and we publish the material. Well, the material from the courses is already available before the course, but the recordings are published after the course. When I'm talking when the course is online. If it's face-to-face, we don't record the courses. And we'll give access to the machine for 2 more weeks to play with the exercises. And one thing that is not so sure that because these courses are free, and we have seen that it's easier, let's say, not to attend the course when it's online. What the way of trying to mitigate that is that, well, when it's online, Blackboard Collaborate generates an attendance list. And for the people who didn't attend, we sent an email saying that, yeah, you didn't attend, and advising them to do a donation of £10 to Save the Children charity. Regarding accessibility and diversity, we try to publish the course materials at least 1 day in advance, in order to make them available in case that they need to print them or to adapt them. When the course is face-to-face, we take care that the room is accessible. Normally we use a microphone, again, when it's face-to-face, in order to improve the accessibility for everyone. The ARCHER2 website follow the accessibility guidelines, AA, and we have a diversity and inclusion policy that promotes a welcoming and positive learning environment on all of our courses, and also we abide by the ARCHER2 code of conduct that is based on the Carpentries code of conduct. Some statistics of the ARCHER2 training, just out of curiosity. We have a course, the course levels. We have roughly, let's say, 50% of the courses are introductory, and then we have, let's say, 25% intermediate and 25% advanced. This is the second year is we have a 56% of introductory. That is, like usually like these are these three different years is 21, 22 because the, let's say, the ARCHER2 year starts in May. So when I say 21, 22 is May 2021, April 2022. So you see that, the distribution is pretty similar in these three different years. Also, out of curiosity as well, online and face-to-face courses, for obvious reasons. So we started the training program in May 2020, so in the middle of the pandemic. So you can imagine that, all courses were online. We didn't have any face-to-face courses. For the year 2, at the end of year 2, we have 4 days of face-to-face courses. The remaining were online. Last training year that finished 2 months ago, we have an increase of face-to-face courses, but most of them were online. And now we are trying to increase the number of face-to-face courses. So year 4 and year 5 are our plans, like an estimation of what we want to deliver. For year 4, we would like to deliver 27 days of face-to-face training, and for year 5, a similar number. This is the feedback of the ARCHER2 training service since the start, May 2020. So the average is above 4. That this is very good. We have like a 5, like a rating of 5. Like we have an excellent, very good, good, bad, very bad. Okay, so this is now we are in the summary. The key point is we have 3 training tracks aimed at package users, developers, and data scientists. Have improved accessibility and inclusivity of HPC training. The training program is flexible and responsive to users' needs. We have a user training forum and training partner to get feedback and improve the training program each year. We are in collaboration with the community. We provide internationally recognized leadership in the HPC and data science training community. Approach offers diversity in subject areas. We always keep an eye all the time of feedback, try new pedagogical approaches and delivery mechanisms. And the training program is open to all researchers. That is the UK, because it's UK funded, but we have researchers attending training courses from the rest of Europe, US. We are open to all researchers. And the training plan is the idea is to addressing the needs of our users and enabling them to make efficient use of the ARCHER2. We have a website that is archer2.ac.uk/training. We have also a mailing list that if you visit that website, you can join that mailing list. We have a Twitter as well. We have it's archer2_ HPC, the underscore, because it's that doesn't appear there. So that's me. If you have any questions or anything to discuss. So I would like to hear your feedback in case that you follow other methods or you have different approaches. I would be more than happy to hear them.
Thank you, Juan. Are there any questions or comments that anyone would like to bring up?
Hi, I have one. It was a great talk, Juan.
You.
You guys are doing I like the way that you have structured this around the different types of users, and then within those different types of users, the different levels, and you've built out a very nice structure and the pathways. So I'm wondering, you said that you had everything in a Git repo, and I'm wondering if it's possible to get access to what you're doing for the sort of the introductory or the gateway data science course. Just I think we could, if we could even just see what the curriculum is, I think that would be helpful for us. We don't generally have enough people to bring forward the data carpentries. That may change. Lauren can actually speak to that more on campus. But I just think for us, if we could put a starting set together for our users, that would be really valuable for them. And we're starting to do more of like small little 90-minute workshops. It seems like people have enough attention for that, and maybe hands-on. So is it possible to get access to that?
Yeah. This is what I did. I mentioned that both recordings and the materials are available. If you go to that link to the ARCHER2 training, there is a section that is past courses, and you will find the link to the repository, recordings. All of the material is available there.
Oh, great. I think maybe I just didn't go down far enough, because I found the link for package users, but I wasn't sure what other training there was. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, also that if you click, you can find like the different depending if it's like
yes. Okay,
so,
this is great. I have found it now. I'm there.
Yeah. So also any questions or anything, we can keep in touch. But all material is available there, and also is available also to use, adapt. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So, and likewise, because while we are looking at making some in-person short workshops, we are also making more and more shorter online. So rather than making and this comes from the platform that we actually use. We use the Open edX platform, and they are going away from building full courses to building. So what you showed there is that pathway. The platform, the underlying platform that will support the courses, is working more towards creating those pathways so people can create their own curriculum, essentially.
Yeah.
So we're going to some more modular type things. So keep you posted in case you guys are interested.
Yeah, that sounds interesting, and also I agree with you in the terms like for online courses or for online material. It's better to have like a shorter because I don't know, it's when you go to the university or you go to a venue and you sit down, it's there is like some coffee break, so it's different. But at home or in the office, sit down for a lot of hours. Yeah, I'm the first person that my mind goes away. Thanks.
Yeah, so I'll be the first person to admit that I was half listening because I was working on something else. So in that vein, it's hard to stay, like, especially when you have other things you have to get done. But I do have a question. This is something that kind of I've wondered and not quite understood for a long time, is like, what do you see as the difference between a data scientist and a package user, just in terms of like as an HPC user? Because in my perspective, like, data science packages are just more packages, or like, are they using the system differently? That's kind of been my question, is why split the two out?
Well, we understand like for data scientists, like more using the thing is also we have that it's more like when we talk, we focus more on the programming languages, like for instance, R or Python. We offer, like we explain more about like this part of the, I mean, it are like three groups, but it could be because we are talking about R and Python that are programming languages that could be also developers. But yeah, that these programming languages are more or less data or more used by data scientists. So we have like that profile, like more focusing on the, let's say, data scientist tools that could be packages. Yeah, that would be some packages. But yeah, focusing more on Python and R.
Yeah. So are the, like, when you say a package user, is that somebody who's maybe writing in Python and using Python packages, or is that someone who's like just calling lamps or like
Package users normally what we consider is that they use lamps, OpenPhone, and what they do is that they write the job submission script and they execute the software that is already pre-installed on ARCHER2.
Okay.
Okay, you may write a Python script for pre or post processing, but yeah, this is not the idea. Is like
I see.
users of the software that is already pre-installed, or maybe if it's not installed, yeah, there could be like some
Okay.
feedback or some
Yeah,
something like that some support could be offered by us as well in order to install and get a good performance on that.
Okay. Yeah, so the data science is sort of like package user with light scripting as opposed to like a developer where they're writing their own code for their own stuff. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the two. For instance, that way in the developers, we talk more about about the compilers, the different compilers that are available. Also, we talk about profiling and debugging tools. But for instance, package users, if they just use the software, they will not use like a debugger or profiler unless that for some reason the software fails. But yeah, we don't assume that. Let's say that, and yeah, that's why we have like these three different. And also for this training program, we offer more courses based on, for instance, lamps. CP2K, like some courses are more focused on the package itself rather than.
Okay.
Well, can you say a bit more about, maybe give an example of the interactions that are embedded in a course? I have them use example data sets, do a live run while you're teaching, or what kinds of things like that are embedded in the courses?
You mean that like for the courses the samples that
Yeah, I was just wondering. Yeah, I was just wondering how much you integrate examples, and what for a typical course, how much the end user of the material is actually doing something during the course as opposed to seeing how to do it. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's this is like this idea comes from the Carpentries, this like this live coding or demonstrator, for instance, before that we were talking about the profiling or debugging tools. So normally we get a piece of code and we debug them at the moment, like let's say live, and we play with that, or with coding as well. We write some pieces of code. Also, yeah, we have also we take. That's why we always ask for feedback because sometimes we see that attendees want more exercises, so we increase the number of exercises. Actually, this is a thing that I have seen for some courses that the attendees they like exercise, or they like to have also enough time for exercises. That for the next round we try to like increase the time of for exercises. I remember for some courses the idea of like cover as much as possible, and we reduced the time for exercises, and that was a mistake. But yeah, that's the thing, that every time you try to make the course better, and yeah, try to fix things that yeah, could be done better in the next iteration.
Good, thank you.
I'm particularly interested in what you used for the data sets. Curious what people are using when you're doing data science and teaching them how to work with data sets on the HPC system, what you're using as an example, because it's got to be something big enough to make it worthwhile to be on the system, and yet it's got to be something that's open enough that you. So do you have large data sets, or are you using the classic AI data sets?
I can't talk. I don't know, because I'm not very familiar with the data science course for ARCHER2. Regarding, I can talk about normally the test cases are small. Small because what we try to teach is like the way of writing the code, or the way of writing the job submission script. So we have like a small, for instance, also when we teach like a MPI, or normally we use a small data sets, because the idea is like, let's say, teach how this is done, rather than because if we have a data set that let's say takes half an hour to run the data set, that could be. Actually, this is, well, there is a course that is called ARCHER2, that actually the data set that they use is big. So for instance, normally they deliver the course in the afternoon and in the morning, and what they do is they finish the afternoon, okay, launch this experiment, and this experiment runs overnight, and the next day they use the. So this is also another way of doing the, but this is, yeah, it works well in person, online. Yeah, like they start in the, let's say, at noon, and they finish at noon next day. So you can run the sample overnight. That could be also like a possibility.
Well, that is a good idea, because I think sometimes we give people small data sets, and when they try to scale to a larger data set, they get stuck, and sometimes they develop bad habits if we're not there to keep them on the path.
Yeah.
So
Also,
yeah.
yeah, one of the sample, like, but well, this is like a quite a beginner's course. Data carpentry. Yesterday was explaining SQL, and the database is pretty small, and when you run the queries, takes milliseconds, so you don't get the feel. Then when you work with a real database that is a gigabyte, because okay, you can do this more efficient at this, but this, yeah, this is also, yeah, that could be a good example also to get a feeling that, yeah, that when you are working with a real data set, you don't get the results in seconds or minutes. You need to wait. It's similar also with when we use ARCHER to get the feeling when you use the short queue, or you can get a reservation of a few nodes, that you submit the job and you get the result instantly. Sometimes it's not you submit the job and you need to wait and see if that runs today, or yeah. So it's
Yes, right. So teach them like the realities.
yeah.
Some people are quite impatient for their job to finish immediately, so. I used to tell my students, I used to give them a separate little button that they, just a piece of plastic, which they put beside the computer, and I told them to hit that button while the computer was computing, so they could wait till the answer came out, and not get on the keyboard and screw it up in the middle. So, are there any other final questions for Juan?
No, Juan, this is great. Thanks.
Thank you, Juan. I very much appreciate your presentation. And just for your information, this will be on the SIG HPC YouTube channel within the next couple of days, and I'll send you an email with the link. And thank you all for attending today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everyone.